Most of us are somewhere between Mr. Rogers and Adolf Hitler. Can I tell you? Whatever we've done to grieve God, if we accept His forgiveness, He'll choose to forget it. It's this big answer to the fall. This big thing that Jesus did on the cross that we're getting ready to celebrate over Easter. It's the answer to the fall. There's another player in this whole thing, and his name is Satan, the devil, Lucifer. You call him all kinds of names. And here's what he would tell you. He's going to say, you don't deserve the forgiveness. And he'll point at you too with 2 fingers at least. He's going to tell you over and over again, you don't deserve it. But God, who is a lot bigger than Satan, He's already told us, ask for it, and you'll receive it. Fact is, we probably don't deserve God's forgiveness. So we're, from dirt we came, to dirt we'll return, and we're all dirt balls. We all are in this place, we're apart from God until we make a conscious decision to accept the gift of salvation that was purchased with the blood of Christ. There's nothing we can do short of trusting in God to be the answer to the call. Or the call. And the answer, see, this is where the tired part comes in. If someone wants to come tag out. We have to trust Him to be the answer to the fall. We have to trust in the fact that Jesus Christ went to the cross. He bled, He died, He rose again, and because He did all of that, we can escape the penalty for our sins. Not because we don't deserve them, but because Jesus took the penalty on Himself. So we don't have to pay it. That's a great place to be. I'll tell you that in my own life, I've had a time where I've been fallen. My early adult life, I was saved and in the youth group, and then suddenly fell away, and it was a pretty bad fall. My girlfriend at the time and I, we both fell from grace. It was almost like we were working at trying to not be Christians for a season. It was a dark time. It was November of '87. Her and I had come home, and at this point we had married. I was in the Air Force. We had married. We had come home on leave and enjoyed Thanksgiving. And when we got back, we found out that my first supervisor, and a guy who was one of the nicest people on the face of the earth, he had passed away. He had taken his own life. And it shook me to the core. I talked with the chaplain that did his memorial service, and he said the good news is that in his final moments, he was still cognizant enough that he could receive the answer to the fall. And it got me to thinking, if Jimmy Garcia can get the answer to the fall, maybe that's something I need to do, because I started to realize I've messed up pretty bad. I had that self-awareness, that realization that we need. You fast forward a few months, and I came home from work one evening, and my wife, she was gone. She was dead. She had taken her own life. Shook me really to the core, and it led to the place that 32 years ago today, I was in a hotel room kneeling at a bed. And I confessed to God the thing that I acknowledged in my own heart. Lord, I've fallen, and I need you to forgive me. And I trusted Him, and He forgave me, and He began to fellowship with me again. And I walked with Him, and from that day to this day, I'm not going to say I've never had a hiccup, but the relationship has remained strong. Because God has the answer to the fall. He has the answer that we need to the fallen state that we might find ourselves in. I'm going to wrap all of this up. As I do that, would you just take a few moments in your own hearts and in your own minds just think to yourself, where am I really with God today? What is my status? Am I walking day by day with God? Am I spending time with my friend Jesus? Or maybe I've made some decisions that's drawn me away from God. Maybe I've fallen into some old habits. Maybe I have embraced some sinful practices. We help ourselves out and frequently we ask God, would you just reveal to me? I pray this all the time. Would you reveal to me where I failed so we can make it right? So today, would you ask yourself the question? And ask God the question even. How is it between you and me? And if there's any other answer, then it's great. We're walking together. There's a chance that you might be in a fallen state. And that's not where we need to be, because we have a God that loves us, that wants to fellowship with us, that wants to be in a relationship constantly with us. So I would ask, would everyone just stand and we're going to pray. And would you pray with a seeking heart today? Would you just be cognizant of where you're at today in your relationship with God? Pray with me. Father, I am so thankful that you are a God that you want to have a relationship with us. You want it so much that you have given us the ability to overcome our own failings by putting simple trust in you. Lord, would you just help us to search our hearts today? If there's any sinfulness in our lives, if we're persisting in any fallen state, whether we view it as a small fall or a huge fall. If there's anything in our lives that have taken us away from you, would you reveal that to us right now? And Lord, as we interact with you, would you just hear the cries of our hearts as individuals? If there's anything wrong, would you deal with it today? Would you hear as your people cry out in confession and ask for forgiveness? Would you change any heart that might need to be changed today? Because, Lord, the truth is that in my life, I don't want a life without you. Would you make it our heart's desire to just live life with you in constant relationship? Now, Father, would you be with us as we prepare to leave this place? Would you guide our steps? Would you guard our hearts? Would you be close to us? Just allow us to feel your presence in our comings and goings from this day and until each of us are in your presence again. And we'll just be sure to give you the praise, the honor, and the glory forever and ever. In Jesus' name, amen. So your blessing today is, as we start Lent, as we travel into this season, do so knowing that God, who sent his Son, loves you. He will forgive you. He will walk with you this day and every day, so long as you choose to walk with him. Go and be blessed.